My name's Simon Charles. I'm a musician based in York, which is a regional town in WA. I do work as a composer, as an improviser. I play saxophone, and I also do work with electroacoustic music. There's a lot of aspects to it. I think perhaps the most interesting thing about it is the process of decision making throughout an improvised piece. So there's like many decisions that you're faced with, and there's different ways to kind of formulate those and process those. So I find it endlessly fascinating, the kind of mental processes that you need to follow in order to undertake an improvised performance. And I find it's very elusive, like it's not a simple process of decision making. It's not like there's a formula to it. I think if you're too formulaic, then that can impose a rigidity that will impact the music negatively. So there's that aspect of it. And then I suppose just more recently, in particular, I'm kind of interested in the compositional development of improvised pieces, just like the shapes that emerge and how they're organised over time. I like to approach improvisation with a similar mindset to composing something that I would in my own time, where I can take time and have privacy and consider and reflect and develop vocabularies meticulously. Like, that's where I'm most confident and most comfortable. And I would love to be able to do that in my improvised performances as well, to have that same level of rigour in terms of like the kind of structuring of material. But like I kind of alluded to earlier, like there's no simple way to structure that material. So it's an elusive kind of process always. I guess the thing that keeps me interested in the saxophone is that it's always available to be approached in a really personal way. Like there's a history to it, and there are things that you can learn by studying different traditions or various players, but I think what I like about that instrument in particular, and like many instruments, but it just has this potential to be extremely personal in how it's approached. And I think for me, that's the value in it. And I like hearing players that don't sound like anyone else. That's interesting to me. Yeah. When I like do a solo performance like this, I like to just kind of clarify like some intentions to bring to the performance. And tonight I was just thinking about bringing a particular kind of presence and a kind of psychological presence to what I'm doing. And I think I got reasonably close to that, so I thought that was satisfying. I think like I want to explore that a little bit more. I think I can get a little bit deeper with that idea, like the kind of the presence that you bring to a performance. Yeah. and one that sort of circumvents the instrument. It's really about like kind of myself, the presence of my body in space, the kind of psychic energy that brings, the kind of mental energy that's projected to an audience. And I'm trying to create a world for me to kind of inhabit, and I want to invite people into that. And yeah, I find it a little bit daunting. I do find it a bit heavy sometimes. There's a lot of pressure when you're playing on your own to kind of keep things interesting and compelling. And the way that I like to do that is to bring a kind of certain psychological presence to it, and that can be kind of that can be heavy. So I would like to just continue with that kind of trajectory of thought and that intention.